I'm Dr. B with today's Hope Nugget. Today we are talking about this. What you can tolerate, you can't change. What you can tolerate won't change. Can't change. It won't change. If you can tolerate it, it's never going to change. What do we mean? I want you to understand that you have power within you to not tolerate things that you do not want to see happen or continue to happen in your life. But as long as you can tolerate it, what does that mean to tolerate? To tolerate means to accept, to allow, to receive, to put up with. When you are tolerating something, you're accepting it, you are allowing it, you're putting up with it, and you don't have the boundaries in place that will cause the situation to change. I want you to understand that you have power within you to stop tolerating, because what you can tolerate, you will never change. And let's break it down. You're in a relationship where you feel like maybe perhaps you're not being respected, you're not given honor, you're not, given what you deserve as a person who is loved by God, created by God, and deserving of honor and respect. But if you tolerate mistreatment or tolerate abuse or tolerate somebody giving you less than best treatment, you have to be the one to stop tolerating it. You have to train people. We train people how to treat us. We really do. Whether it's in, again, a personal situation, a personal relationship, or whatever, family relationship, on the job, with coworkers, whomever, we train people how to treat us based on what we are really willing to tolerate. So when you stop tolerating, you're putting people in class, you're putting people in school, and people won't like it when you start putting your foot down and you start speaking up and you start, saying, that, again, what you're not going to tolerate, what you're not going to put up with it. And when you start challenging people, they won't like it, but I promise you, that's the way in which you can see a change. You have to take that initiative. I talk a lot about the 12 empowerment rights, the right to say no to any requests or demands without feeling guilty, the right to change your mind, the right to make mistakes and not have to be perfect, the right to not be responsible for other people's problems and behaviors and their actions. You're not responsible for other people, but you are responsible for what you tolerate and what you put up with. And so you need to make that decision. You want to make that decision that, you know what, there's some things that I've been tolerating. Think about it. Take a little inventory. Think about it. Think about some areas in your life, some ways in which you feel like maybe you have been tolerating. Maybe you have been putting up with some things. Maybe you've been letting some mistreatment go forth in your life, or maybe you've just been tolerating a relationship, like maybe with a friend that maybe you've been putting in more energy in that relationship. Maybe you're the one that does all the calling most of the time. Maybe you're the one that reaches out a lot, toward family, and maybe they don't call you unless they want something. But if you tolerate that and you don't challenge somebody and speak up and say, you know what, I'm kind of tired of you only calling me when you want something, that doesn't make me feel really respected. That doesn't really make me feel really valued by you, other than what I have to give you. So again, when you stop tolerating it, you will literally gain respect. You will be amazed what will happen when you decide to stop tolerating things. I mean, it can go in so many different directions. When you think about toleration, you may be living beneath your means. You may be tolerating barely getting by. You may be tolerating, just basically, and I know to some degree, there's a lot of us that live paycheck to paycheck per se. Some people have a lot more savings than others. But I believe that God has given us all gifts, and God's given us a gift that we can feed ourselves. In other words, your gift will make room for you. And sometimes we are tolerating, settling for mediocrity and mediocre and just enough and just to pay bills, when God can really allow us, or we can tap into what God has placed on the inside of us, and we can begin to maybe make more streams of income. But we have to decide, you know what, I gotta stop tolerating doing just enough to get by, having just enough to get by. No. This is my year to stop tolerating that, because I want to change it. I want to be able to have more. I want to live in the overflow. I want to know what it's like, come on, to have abundance. I want to know what it's like to take trips anytime I want to. I just want to know what it's like to have extra. Well, what you can tolerate won't change. But if you stop tolerating the mediocrity or the barely getting by or barely having enough, you will be amazed. All you have to do is say, God, give me a creative idea. Give me a witty idea. Give me another idea to be able to increase my income. God will do that. If you take God out of the box, take yourself out of the box, come on, you'll be amazed how things can open up for you. But we have to stop tolerating where we are, tolerating just what we have. I'm not saying not be grateful for what we have, but we can expand our life and expand our horizon, expand our territory, but we have to stop tolerating and decide that we deserve better respect, better treatment, come on, and to live the life, the better, if you will, that God has ordained for us to have. And so if you receive that word, I want you to receive this hope nugget, because I just believe if you receive it, you're going to make up your mind and you will stop tolerating, and you will start expecting the better and the greater will happen for you. I promise you, it is in you and it is within your reach. Do you receive that hope diamond word? I hope you receive this hope nugget. I do. Listen, I always say this: in a world full of darkness, there is a reason to have hope. You know what I want you to do? Hold on to hope like it's a piece of rope. Until next time.